Everybody, it is 2:01. At least it is on the East Coast. West Coast representing at 11:01. I am your co-host, Chris Green. You may know me from ScanPower, GDFR, writing books, doing all that cool stuff. And my co-host on the West Coast representing the W, Jason T. Smith from Thrift Hunters and the Thrifting Board. And we're both representing his shirts. I don't have shirts for GDFR, at least not yet, but stay tuned for more on that. Jason T, what's up, homie?
What's happening, brother?
Dude, I'm ready to rock, man. I've had this reveal sitting here for a while, and I think I know what's in it, man, but we're going to have to open them up here and find out.
Bless you, Jeremy. Jeremy wants to get on the action. He wants to sneeze, let the world hear it. Oh, I know. I am, here's your box.
It looks pretty good, man.
And this will be for the next step in our adventure, so we'll set that off to the side. So I say we get right into it and start cutting our boxes open.
All right, we're going to flip a coin for who goes first? Or?
Sure.
All right, do you have a coin?
No.
All right, we'll use this, an old Gary V wristband from Bringing the Thunder. You are Bringing the Thunder.
Yes, I am.
And I am the wine glass. All right.
I thought that was a sperm.
No, it's wine. All right. Let's see if we can actually capture this on tape or on video. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You win, homie.
All
you
right.
are first.
And of course, you dropped it like right out of the shot of this camera.
Well, first timer. So.
All right. So. For those of you who don't know, Chris and I sent each other coffee mugs with no packing. Chris sent his in a very big box. I sent mine in the 7x7x6 priority box, the cube. And we put shipping experiments on the side. And, you know, we've all had items showing up broken, even though we packed it well. Chris sent a coffee mug that was a little bit thicker. Mine was a little bit thinner with a more fragile handle.
Hey, Jay, before you reveal...
All right.
Chat room, everybody listening live, what do you think? What do you expect Jason's going to find in his box? Are we going, let's give you three options. Not broken, technically broken, right? Some kind of breakage, or three, completely annihilated. Like pieces, like powder in the box. All right, so you have three options.
Is technically broken, like, kind of pregnant?
I mean, if it's chipped, if it's something that is going to cause an eBay case to be opened, right? Like if it's not perfect, chipped, break, crack, anything, and then all the way down to a complete obliteration in the box. It doesn't even resemble a mug at all. So chat room, you got three things to choose from, and you're going to pick from the same three when I open my box as well. So start thinking ahead. I got to find the link. I don't even know where the link is. I can't really see the chat, so.
And as they're popping in, kind of broken, not broken, you know, we've all shipped things. They've gotten there broke. I would say and I think the reason we actually started talking about this is I would say that 90% of the time when an item arrives broken, it was packed poor. I feel that people overpack. If you put too much packing, that could put too much pressure on a more fragile item. Underpack if you got room to move. Or just don't pack well at all. We had a long discussion in the thrifting board this week. A lady shipped an item in a clean, used old sweater as packing material. So we discussed the ins and outs of why you should use better packing and be professional. And so, you know, it's a good thing because we all, no matter how we sell. So if you're doing FBA or if you're just doing one-offs on eBay, you still have to ship at some point. So you should get your items, no matter if they're going to the Amazon warehouse or to your eBay customer, to that customer in one piece. All right, so we got a lot of brokens, not brokens, handle broken, technically broken, kind of pregnant. All right. So let's reveal Chris's. Dun da da da. Let me bring it over here. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. It's perfect. Come on, baby. Yes, it's perfect.
Yes.
Look at the size of this box. This sucker just rolled around across the country and nothing.
East Coast of Vegas, baby.
Nothing. So that proves that we're all wasting our time packing stuff nicely. I mean, there's not a chip. There ain't nothing. That is
Dude,
crazy.
when I dropped that off at the post office, because I mean, I put on there, kick me, this is an experiment. I thought they were going to be like, no, what, experiment? No, 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 we're not shipping experiments, nothing like that. And I had two things. I had a padded envelope with some these like, cell phone holder things that I have. I sent them to the Richmond office with some checks. And they said, anything in here, liquid, fragile, perishable, or flammable, or whatever they asked. And I'm like, no, no, whatever. And I'm waiting for them to ask on the second one because I'm not going to lie. I'm not, I really didn't want to offer up what it was in case they said, no, 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 not going to happen. They didn't even ask on the box, which I don't know if they're really supposed to on every single box, but they did not ask. I was waiting to be like, yeah, it's fragile, but can I just ship it anyway? It's okay. They didn't even ask. I could have shipped anything in there. I could have shipped a gas can or fireworks or something. They did not ask on that second box.
Now, here's the theory in the chat room, and I understand what you're saying. They're like, there was nothing in the box for it to break against.
Well, nobody packs with a brick or a rock.
Right. And I think the rule is you're supposed to pack a box so it can stand like, I don't know, it's 1,000 pounds of force, because if your box is the last on the bottom of a Gaylord, that's a lot of weight sitting on it. So this box did not get crushed. And that's the amazing thing. Not so much that this didn't break, but the box is perfectly square still. It's not even tilted, nothing. I mean, we talked about this last week. I sent a record, and I have the specific record mailers, and you use an extra piece of thick cardboard and a piece of bubble, so 3 sections of bubble. So 3 sections of bubble around the vinyl, the extra piece of cardboard to solidify it, a specific mailer. It only went from here to Oakland, which is a 1-hour flight, and it got destroyed. So it wasn't banging against anything. It was packed properly. So this was to show that some shit just don't make sense. All right. It is time. Now, mine to you was a lot more fragile. Like, look, here, let's come back to me here. This is big and thick,
mug.
and the handle's thick and meaty, and the whole mug's hefty. Now, mine was thin, and it had that cactus handle that was really thin.
I mean, that mug, I would bet, would survive a drop from your second-story window. It would chip, but I would bet it would survive a drop like that. And think about this while I'm opening up Jason's box here. Is it the compression? Are we packing stuff too tight? Are we packing it with bubbles to where that compression on the box is actually worse for the product on the inside than having room to kind of bounce around? I mean, there's no perfect solution. And guys, please remember, we are not advocating shipping this way. Okay.
All right, wait, hang on. Let's look at your tool for opening the box. Your house key and my tool, an actual box cutter.
Dude, I have so many box cutters, but I can never find them.
I know.
Dude, I got tape that's not even on like a tape roll. Like I got some shipping supplies. I got my envelopes here, but man, I'm not like.
You're like a hot mess.
I am a little bit. I'm all over the place. All right, so here's Jason Box, the 7 cube, and yeah, let's see what we got. So I definitely taped mine more than you did. I taped every inch because I didn't want any shards of glass to come out on the mailman. You're not gonna believe this, dude.
2 for 2, baby. And that, as you can feel, that mug ain't nothing.
Dude, and there's no shards, there's no dust, there's no chips. I mean, and this is, I know the mug I sent you. This is a lot thinner.
Yeah.
The handle, is clearly not like a one-piece molded on kind of thing. But it's perfect. And the box is,
somebody has a theory. Somebody has a theory that the post office watches our show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So they made sure it was placed gently into every shipping container it went into along the route. So also somebody said because we had those warnings on. So if we tried it again without the warnings.
We wanted. Mine said, please drop me. Kick it. Like, do it.
All right, so here's what we decided to up the game.
All right, let's up it, dude.
Here's what Chris is getting now. Oops. This lovely platter, and it just fits in this A box. So let me tell you, it's touching the side walls, so any compression will really destroy it. I am sure of this. I'm not putting any warning on, so when Chris gets it, it might be shake a like a maraca.
All right, well, tape up the corners, man. I don't want any, like,
Yeah, yeah, I'll tape it up
glass
good.
dust on the mailman and or mail person. Well, doesn't have to be a mailman, of course.
Yeah, now that's going out today as a show note. We're going to be not here next Monday because I will already be in Chicago getting ready for the Ecom Chicago event. So we will have to continue this 2 Mondays from today. But Chris, I am sending mine off today just to get it out of here. So Chris will have it by the end of the week. And
Dude, maybe we should send him to Chicago and we'll do a live show from Chicago.
Jeez.
We just do a show from Chicago anyway. Nah, don't bring him to Chicago because then we got to get rid of him.
Yeah. I got to dump out the dust.
So guys, do subscribe so that you get alerts when we make a new show in case we decide to do a live show from Chicago next week. No guarantees on doing that. And yeah, I got some kid time this afternoon. I think we will go on what we call panda hunts and koala hunts, where it's my excuse to go to the thrift store, and I'll see. We're on plates right now. We're not going to go all the way up and like start shipping each other chandeliers yet. But we're
light bulbs. Let's just do single light bulbs.
Yeah, one light bulb. Dude, I bet the light bulb would survive, man. Those things are strong. I'm going to ship you an egg. There you go.
I'm gonna do the fluorescent long tubes in the priority triangular box. We'll see how well that does.
All right, well, guys, we are going to keep up in the 80s. And if you guys have something you want to see us ship, please let us know either in the comments or message us direct, and we'll be excited to add some experiments to this and keep the show nice and fresh. I was sure we were both going to have coffee cups with no handles. It's
especially that one that you got from me.
I don't know. What do you think? Hey, chat room, if we put these awesome mugs, the things that survive the cross-country trip, up on eBay, would you guys bid on them? Would you guys want to own a piece of the show? I know our show isn't like super famous and on network television like Jason's show, but if you guys want a piece of the eBay versus Amazon hour, then maybe this would be the cool thing to get, is one of the mugs that survived cross-country trip. And you have to get it in a box with no packing, right? It has to survive that, too.
So it's kind of a gamble.
Yeah, you might get a broken mug.
You might get something to sip your coffee out of, or you might get a jigsaw puzzle. You never know.
Dude, that'd be sweet. We should do like those.
I was kidding about the fluorescent tubes. I know they have mercury in them. Yes, that would be very dangerous. I would not do that.
Oh, dude, have you heard of Flat Stanley? I know you don't have kids, but do you remember Flat Stanley?
I know what Flat Stanley is, yeah.
We should do a Flat Stanley, like shipping a mug until it breaks, and whoever gets it broken, I don't know. I mean, you can't reward somebody because they're just going to break it with a hammer, and you don't want to punish somebody for something they can't do. All right, we'll think on it. Chat room, you guys think on it too. We'll see if we can find some sweet thing to do where we ship around like that Toy Story mug and see how many miles it can ship before breaking.
I like that. Yeah, like where's George? When they stamp the dollar bills and you can track where George was.
We should do something where people have to log it. Like every time they get it, they need to post somewhere.
Oh, I got an idea for something fragile that breaks quite easily. A 78 record. They haven't made 78s in 100 years, but most 78s get brittle and fragile. Like most vinyl 33s and 45s, they definitely have some give to them, so they don't just shatter into pieces. But 78s, man, they just poof, they turn into little shards. Like when you smash a piece of taffy, that's what a 78 ends up looking like.
Wow.
So we could buy a couple 78s because you can find them at a thrift store for less than $1 and give those a whirl.
I'm gonna ship you a box of spaghetti, but out of the box, like just like 10 boxes dumped in a big cube box. All right, we're gonna up this game.
And line it, because when I get it, no matter what it looks like, I'll just cook it.
Yeah, just cook it out.
Yeah.
All right, well, enough fun. This was definitely an experiment that I did not see or expect the outcome. To have 2 mugs shipped. Guys, we're East Coast to West Coast, all right? Like it's a 3-hour difference for real. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. And take a picture with it. Yeah, you gotta take a picture, then like put it back in the box with your picture. You have to actually print the picture though. All right. Well, we will think of something.
And kind of the impetus anytime we do these fun shipping things is when I started working on the FOMO method of shipping, which is putting a coffee mug in a flat rate envelope. You use some bubble wrap and some cardboard, and essentially you build a little box around it, and then it just slides in the flat rate. Ships anywhere in the country, including Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico for $5.35. And you're saving upwards of $3 on most coffee mugs. And so I kept, the first time somebody told me to do it, I'm like, no, that won't work. So I sold the mug for like $4 plus shipping. I'm like, all right, I'll experiment on that mug because if it breaks, it was just a few bucks. And then I got to be so good at it, I'm like, all right, let's see how good this method is. And I shipped a champagne flute. It wasn't expensive, but it was very thin glass, and then, a very skinny stem. And I wrapped the bubble around the stem until it was the same width as the flute, and another line of bubble, and then the box and into the padded flat rate. Customer got it, didn't break, was very happy, and so I think this is the next level of that. Like, fuck it, we don't need padding.
Who needs padding?
Who needs padding? Apparently nobody. Like, we're just wasting money.
Dude, I mean, I'd love to do it with like a monitor.
All right, let's
like
do an 80-inch TV.
cube.
I mean, how big are we going to go here? We're going to need freight all of a sudden. Hey, Murray, back that truck up over here.
I mean, we got to do something. I mean, eventually the post office is probably going to get mad at us.
Hey, as long as they keep getting money from us, even my wife's like, so you're just going to just keep paying money to send crap back and forth to Chris? I'm like, it's fun.
Well, did they cancel out the shipping on this? I mean, they didn't stamp it. I mean, I guess it's all digital now, right? Like,
yeah, they don't stamp.
Hey, here's an actual post office question for you. Can I now cover up all of this shipping label with tape? You know what I mean?
And use it as priority again?
No, just the label. It used to be you couldn't cover it in tape because they had to like stamp it void after you used it.
I see what you're saying. No, yes, you should not cover it in tape.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, they know I can't use it again, right? They know it's in the system as shipped and delivered. It's not like it can go out. They didn't write anything on yours. I just want to be able to tape it up so it doesn't get ripped. It's easier to just tape everything than to tape the, the sides.
All right, so somebody had another theory, and I like their theory. It had less bumping and banging because it went air. Yes, true, but it still sits in heavy containers with other things.
Dude,
but we could
UPS ground, homie.
Yeah, I say we could go ground. Let's go ground on.
Well, we could because last time I had to go post office because I shipped it today or on a Monday. You wouldn't get it till today, and you would have missed the show. That's the only reason I went post. I drove extra miles to the post office for this experiment. I got UPS right here. I can see UPS from my window.
I
drove all the way to the post office.
So yeah, we should do a ground because then that would be also But this one's going. I've already printed out the labels. I ain't changing it. This one's going out. It is a regional A, and it just fits. So, what's up, buddy? The sides are a touching.
All right, no, I can.
I have no faith that this will get to you in one piece. That's for sure.
Dude, we have to like start taking odds. We need like some Vegas bookies who will put odds on this thing, to where you guys can vote and bet and make some money, and we keep like what's it called? You keep the VIG like 10% or something.
Yeah.
You didn't think I knew VIG, did you?
You're a gambler, man.
Yeah, I know a few words. So it's going to be interesting. Always interesting.
Here's all you need to know: if you don't pay the VIG, you'll lose a leg or two. You'll lose a kneecap.
All right, I don't want to lose a kneecap. I don't want to lose any money. I just want to kind of make it fun. And all right, so guys, just so there's no confusion about what we were talking about here, UPS doesn't care if you completely cover the label, right? Once the label is used, it's dead. You cannot reuse it. And with stamps, when you're putting a physical stamp on an envelope, that's why the post office stamps it with ink, so you can't reuse. You can't get the mail and be like, I'm just going to like heat up these stamps and like take them off and use them again. They put the ink on them so that you can't do that. Then when you get into labels, I'm sure that at the beginning there were, tracking and crazy stuff like that, to where I could probably take this off, send it back to Jason, and he could mail me something again with the same label. I have absolutely 0% chance that would even work today, although I could see somebody trying it. But that's why the post office does not want you completely covering the labels in tape. What where I want to cover it in tape just so there's no chance of it ripping, no chance of it getting wet, especially when I was printing inkjet labels. I don't want them getting smeared and unreadable, so cover them in tape. Just tape everything. And the post office used to yell at me when I did that, so I stopped doing that. But it's different with the post office and UPS. And I predict, well, it's probably so low priority they may never do it. But they don't need to stamp printed labels anymore, right? They can't be reused anyway.
I will say, though, I always have a little stash here. When I get a few things with stamps, I get a lot of things without cancel stamps, so I just cut them off the envelope and tape them down or glue them down for the next one. See?
That's gangster, dude.
Dude, hey, man, my wife gives me grief. I'm like, that's lots of money because I get tons of them. Look, I get tons of things that don't ever get canceled. So,
yes, so gangster to cut out and use the same envelope on the back. Like, you don't even take it off the paper.
No. You get a glue stick, put it right on, stick it right on.
That is gangster.
Who's calling me? I'm on the air. I had to ship something locally the other day that was going to be $242. So I just grabbed some used ones and away they went.
Oh, thanks. I need to go home by 5? I'll come up like 4:30.
Is it the Dancing Panda?
Everybody wants to see the Dancing Panda again soon.
Tell her to stop hiding in the shadows. She looks all mysterious.
Fundraiser, it'll come out.
She looks all mysterious right now.
All right. Yeah, the fundraiser's coming up, guys. We're going to have to really knock that out. All right. Stop the presses. We have an actual eBay question.
Oh, my gosh.
Last week, I asked about a problem regarding eBay and a customer returning a phone. You will not believe what a nightmare it turned into. Smith Lopez, technically that's not a question. And you know I'm just picking on you. I love all our live listeners. Let us know. Let us know what happened. Seriously, I'm like totally interested in seeing what happened with this. So give us
technically not a question.
More of a statement. More of a statement. It turned into
while Smith Lopez is actually writing the question, you guys are all you cover the entire label with tape. What a waste of tape.
It protects the label.
No, I don't. I've never done that. I've never lost a package because of that.
Dude, I have shipped in the rain.
Peel it off and stick it on. You don't need to waste tape. Tape doesn't need to go over your label.
Dude, if you're still using 2-inch tape, then we're going to have an intervention.
If you're using... Oh, hey, I saw... I think Margaret Collier said she has problems with her tape gun, so she doesn't use one. Get the Shark, baby. The Shark is the most awesome tape gun. It's hefty, it's meaty, and it doesn't get all screwed up. It's really easy to use.
But it's only 2 inches, man.
All these people calling us. Don't they know we're busy during this time of the... Jay Payne. Jay, seriously. We call you...
I'm going to put him on speakerphone. It's going down for real. Hey, Jay.
Yo, what's up, playa?
Dude, you are live on the eBay versus Amazon show.
Get out of here. Really? Oh, man, I always forget when you do your show. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Dude,
that's
the
apparent.
2 o'clock show is the longest running show in e-com history, if you think about it. FBA Radio, ScanPower Radio, the eBay versus Amazon show, from TalkShoe to Spreecast to Google, Monday at 2 o'clock, it goes down for real. GDFR.
All right. Well, I guess I've killed too many brain cells, and I just keep forgetting.
All right, well, give us a Scanner Monkey tip.
Every single week is my own. Other than that, I'm just lost.
All right, everybody's listening for a Scanner Monkey tip of the day, and so give us something good before I hang up on you.
Okay, well, go to CyberMonkey Deals and sign up for our free scan series.
Scan
you
theory?
Have to scan toys again. You can just go into stores and look at scan series, and it'll tell you the most profitable item in that toy line, whether you're talking Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or WWE wrestling action figures, you name it.
So it's like a live bolo list by line.
And it's free because it's in beta. We're testing it out.
Nice.
So you go in, it's like, hey, what's the most profitable monster high doll I can look for? Well, you go to that group and scan series, and it'll tell you this is a top item in terms of dollars. And then it just lists it by highest profit to lowest profit.
All right, I can dig that.
If anybody has any questions, just have them PM me. I can answer it.
All right, guys, you heard it.
But it's on cybermonkeydeals.com. I've been talking about it a little bit in my group, but I'm sharing it to whoever wants to register to try it out because we're looking for beta testers.
All right, if you guys want to try that out, head over there and check it out. Good scoop. Good hustle marketing from Jay Bain here on the eBay versus Amazon show.
Totally unintended, I promise. Say hi to Jason for me.
Oh, he's listening.
Hi, Jay.
All right. Hey, Jason T.
Hi, Jay.
All right, I'll let you guys get back to the show. I'm sorry for the interruption. Chris, just give me a call when you get a chance.
Deal, man. We'll chat later.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right, so where do you go to get Jay's deal?
Scanner Monkey Deals. Must have something over there. I'm sure you can find it from Scanner Monkey as well. And yeah, guys, you should all know Jay Bain by now. The head monkey at Scanner Monkey, bringing out lots of new tools to help you guys be more efficient when you're doing that retail arbitrage. You guys, remember what the show's about. eBay, it's not eBay versus Amazon. It's kind of eBay and Amazon, right? We don't care what you buy. We don't care what you sell. We don't care where you get it. We don't care where you sell it. We really, really don't. We're all going to have our preferences. So if you're going to that Target to look for some Star Wars 7 deals and there's a thrift store right next door, well, you might as well hit it up because you might find a $150 vintage Hawaiian shirt, and it's going to take you 3 minutes because you know to look for vintage Hawaiian shirts because you listen to Jason T. Smith. It's that easy. Now, don't discriminate on that profit. It's all for real. Like, if you just hate thrift stores, don't ever go to thrift stores. If scanning barcodes isn't your thing, you like the treasure hunt, don't go to retail. It doesn't matter. But when you're here on this show, we're all friends, and we're all looking for ways to make money selling products online. All right, so what? Sum up what Lopez has been chatting here. I'm way behind.
So speaking of, I'm going to share. World exclusive here. I was going to save it for my show tomorrow night, which I'll still show it. But let me show you what I sold because I was dared to buy it in the thrift store. And somebody might be listening who dared me. I can't remember who dared me, but I was dared to buy this. You can't sell this. And we all know ugly sells. They said this is beyond ugly. I said I can sell it. Now, I didn't sell it for much, but I did make a profit, and I did show that everything can sell. All right, ready?
Ready.
All right. So it is a cat lady dress. There's the whole dress.
People buy that.
Oh, but here's the best part, Sonny. See the vest part? Yeah, that's not separate. That's all one piece.
Wow.
It is all one thing. So it looks like it's separate. Nope, it's all attached. So yeah, so this sold for $20. I think I paid $2.50 for it because it was so ugly. The thrift store didn't want to price it high. And somebody said you should try this. I don't think you could sell. I said all right, and I only had it for a few months, and I probably made like $10 on it. So the experiment was, will it sell? It sold.
And they didn't say how much it had to sell for. So
right, exactly. And not that this means anything because I buy stuff for my wife under my ID, so they're shipping to Jason Smith, but it's shipped to a dude's name, so it could be he's going as like crazy. So if you got something weird right now like that, or kind of like throw a Halloween costume in the title, you never know when you're going to sell it. This is the month to do that.
Dude, PayPal's just not working for me today.
What's not working?
PayPal, it's taking forever to do anything. I don't know if it's just acting slow for me or everybody else. Because I'm so fed up with, and I know this isn't the versus PayPal show, I purchased something on September 4th with my balance, right? No credit card, no clearing, no nothing. Paid with my balance. And what are we, October 5th? Yeah, I'm fed up. I opened a non-receipt case with PayPal on October 2nd. And I'm just waiting. I'm like, say something. Say, because I've given this company the benefit of the doubt more time than I should ever allow them. And I even said, dude, just refund the PayPal, and like we can walk away. I'm not even mad, but like I'm not waiting on this anymore. And then they go silent again. So my last resort, and maybe you can tell me exactly how this is going to work. Item not received. I had to open a case with PayPal and say ordered. Their customer service is not responding. Just refund it. And here we are 3 days later with no response from them. I don't know how long that lasts.
Hey, before it gets too lost, I do want to say Smith had a question. His question was, can you believe it?
I would believe it. I actually believe almost anything.
Can you believe it?
I can believe it. I can also dig it.
Guess I should have shown that cat dress in here sooner. People were digging the cat dress. So if I find another one,
you know what PayPal's telling me to do? First. PayPal's telling me to deal with it. These are my deal with it shades. Anytime you got to deal with it, you got to put these shades on. I can't wait to wear these in Chicago.
By the way, your feed is not the best today. No, as a heads up. So people are watching and you're a little wonky feed today. But we got crazy clouds and rain here, so that could be the problem.
It's you, homie.
And right now it isn't showing paid on PayPal, but on eBay it is. So 13D was how long ago did that say paid, or how long ago did you get the indication that it was paid? And that happens from time to time. That even happened when it was one company. So every once in a blue moon. But man, you really want to see it paid in PayPal before you ship, and I fully get that. So if it's been 10 minutes, an hour, then give it a little bit of time. If it's been a day, then you should probably look into that. And I'm not a huge advocate of calling for everything, but if it's if it is especially decent sized money, if it's a $10 item, I would just be like, ship it. If it's a $100 item, I'd be like, yeah, let's make sure the money's there. And yes, Mom, I saw your question. Yes, you can list a T-shirt that says, "Come on, I want to lay you." That's no problem. Look, the rules are on eBay. If you're selling a media item, so like a record, a book, a movie, and it's got a swear word in the title, you're good to go. I mean, that's what the item is called. Sometimes it'll still get pulled, and then you got to remind eBay of their own rules. But you can, CeeLo Green had a song called "Fuck Off," so you could list that if you were selling like the CD or the CD single. That's the name of the song. But like I said, just be prepared. Every once in a while, it will get yanked, and then you got to go, "Hey, eBay, remember your own media rules?" Because how do you censor something that's the title of it? That's my question.
I think as a whole, people are getting less offended at words and all that stuff. It is what it is.
I'll tell you though, dude, it's crazy that the people who do. Now, those who are listening, I'm going to guess most people saw the original 3 Star Wars movies, and let's think back to Return of the Jedi when Princess Leia was Jabba's slave, and she was in her sexy little slave outfit, and she had the chain around her neck. They released a new line of vintage Star Wars characters, and that was one of them, and it became a news story because a dad was mad that his little girls saw Princess Leia in her slave outfit. And that made the news. The news showed up, they stood outside the Target, and they covered it.
Wow. They must have had nothing else going on that day. They needed a segment super bad.
And the dad's like, I don't even know what to say. How do I explain to my girls why she's a slave? Plop them down and have them watch Return of the Jedi? That'd be my solution.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so pissed. It was like it wasn't a character from 30 years ago. He's like he had no clue what it was. And he looked about our age. I'm like, come on, dude, where were you?
Oh, you know what's more interesting is that the original Slave Leia outfit was just auctioned off on eBay. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
We can't post links, right?
You can't post links. No, you can post links in the comments down below, but not in the chat.
All right, chat room. Here's another poll for you. How much do you think? No cheating. All right. How much do you think this this outfit went for on eBay? I will pull up the link. Jason, you get to vote too, and I'll send you the link, and you can see how close you were.
And since we're talking about that, here's one of my favorite all-time behind-the-scenes pictures. Princess Leia and her stunt double laying out in the sun during the filming of Return of the Jedi in their matching Slave Leia outfits.
So, yeah, there's more than one. I don't know if this is like the only one or the original.
So I would say Slave Leia because it is so iconic, and every hot chick, well, and some not so hot chicks will wear it to every Comic-Con. But it's not much material. I gotta say, geez, 20 grand.
Dude, this is a whistling gopher. This is what's called a whistling gopher. And why is it called a whistling gopher? Because you say, what's that gopher? And when you find out, you say, that's the definition of a whistling gopher. So I sent you the link. You can click on it when you're ready to see if you were high or low.
And so we just had a comment, which doesn't really make much sense compared to what the news story was. That's what you get when Disney buys Star Wars. Disney put out the Slave Leia. I mean, just because a dad's an idiot doesn't mean Disney had anything to do with it. They put out the toy. It's a whole new line.
Yeah, get over it. A lot worse stuff out there.
Oh, no kidding. Think of all the toys from video games that are about killing people.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Dude, that's America for you. Violence is okay. Nudity is not. And bad words. As long as there's no nudity or bad words, we can do everything else. And, I mean, Jay, you don't have kids, so you may not have thought about this, but I've thought about it. I will probably be the one to teach my kids all of the bad words. Because they're going to figure them out anyway.
Can I do it?
Dude, we've got this. It's called Osmo. It's like an iPad stand where you can play these games on it. It's connected to my iMessages. And it was on the kitchen table, like standing straight up, nothing else on it. My phone dings, and the kids know that, oh, it's a message. And then the iPad lights up, and they know your names. They're like, hey, the Scary Bear just sent you a message. And it was a one-word message, and that word started with the letter F. I was like, I was going to read that message. But
See,
I don't care.
I've already taught them.
Right, but I don't care because they're 6 and 8. They're going to learn these words anyway. I'd rather they know what the words are, that it's not appropriate to use them as a kid. When they're grown-ups, they can choose what words they want to use. And I would teach them what it means to use certain words in certain contexts. To be like, if you want to say these words at this time, people might perceive you like this. If you say don't say these words at this time, people might perceive you as this. There are pros and cons to all of it. And to me, I actually listened to a Gary Vee thing about this yesterday. It's about authenticity. If you say bad words and you're authentic because that's just who you are, people would respect your authenticity than for you to not say bad words because you think you have to because you're going to offend somebody and you're not authentic about it. So there is no argument to say if it's right or wrong. It's about being authentic. People respect authenticity way more than they would ever put you down for using a bad word. And people don't get that. Some people say, oh, if you use a bad word, oh, then you're a bad person. Or, oh, whatever. People use
what the hell are you talking about? All right, so here's the. I'll do the link share since we had a lot of guesses. Yeah, I was way off. Way off. $80,000.
If you guys can find it on eBay.
Yep. Oops. It is item number 111-760-484-656, and this is from Profiles and History Auctions. They're like the main Mac Daddy auction house in Hollywood, doing all of Hollywood's stuff like this. They even had a TV show for a couple seasons, and the cool stuff they get, and then the money they get for it is insane. But they're the ones. If you've got some rare Hollywood memorabilia, Profiles in History will get you the most money for your stuff, that's for sure. And that's not a commercial, it's just my observations.
We are going to play this game one more time with I don't know if you could call this more iconic, but it is a very front and center piece from Star Wars. And Star Wars is popular right now. We're even doing Starbitrage, making money flipping Star Wars products. All right, so Jay, you're going to have to be the one to guess on this, and I'm going to give you a bunch of guesses. We're going to play high-low.
Okay.
This is for the model, the actual model that was used, the Rebel Blockade Runner, right? So if anybody's not familiar with that is, that's from the opening scene of the first movie, the ship that's going away, and then Darth Vader's got his big ship, and they're going to come board it, and they're looking for R2-D2 and Princess Leia. The ship that is going away that gets docked, right? The main one, it's got what's it got, 11 rockets in the back and all that. This is the model from that. It was also auctioned off. It's a 16-inch miniature by Profiles in History Auctions.
So basically, the first thing you see in the opening shot of a movie that kind of changed movies forever. Like, these are how you make summer blockbusters, which I think Star Wars was a summer movie, but, that changed my life. That ship coming over and then the big ship chasing it was just like, and then when you see Darth step on, but it's a 16-inch model. Holy shit.
It's only 16 inches, and I'll give you one clue. It had 11 bits.
Hey, Jennifer Taggart, here's how we play guess, Jason. Don't give me the answer.
Did the chat room already put the answer in?
Yes, he wanted me to guess, Jennifer. What? Did you not listen to... Chris, I'm going to guess $450,000.
Well, I don't know what radio station put that up, because that's not even right.
Oh, it's not right?
Unless there was some sick premium on this thing.
Oh, well, 20%?
Can you do that on an eBay auction?
Probably if it was a live auction. Like that, I'm guessing all these things that were live auctions. I watched a live Elvis auction when I was sitting at home in Cleveland about a month and a half ago. It was live on eBay, but it was a live auction in Memphis. And yes, you would pay the premium on top.
Wow.
I still love you, Jennifer. I still love you, but Chris wanted me to guess, and my guess was not going to be $450,000. Yeah, so
that one surprised me, man. I mean, because what's more iconic, that ship or the slave Leia dress? I mean, I'd have to say the dress or the bikini is more recognizable across all of pop culture. Like, I probably wouldn't even have known that was the ship from the Blockade Runner or whatever. But maybe I'm just a bad Star Wars fan.
I was just going to say something about, oh crap, Star Wars. I can't wait. Can't wait for the new movie. Yay. And if you're a youngin' and you're watching us and you've not seen the originals, and I'm talking about unedited, George Lucas didn't mess with them. Eventually, I think Disney said they will be releasing the originals without any added effects or characters or scenes. And George and even Steven Spielberg went on a kick for a while that messed with the movies of our childhood. I don't mind when there are improvements, but, man, they put some stuff in that just, even though we're talking about George mainly, Steven Spielberg took out all the guns out of the hands of the FBI agents and E.T. and put in walkie-talkies. You don't need to do that. Things were made at a specific time. That's how they were. Let's see it in its natural state. But it's genius. Between Lucas and now Disney, they have released versions of this movie about 1,000 times, and if you're a fan, you have bought every version. It is the kings of marketing, and that is for sure. And hey, Starbitrage. Imagine that, see?
I love the name Starbitrage. I'm so jealous of myself that I got it.
Smith Lopez says, yes, but a male nerd can't wear that bikini. Well, if you were skinny enough, you could. You'd have to be really skinny. Carrie was very skinny back then. So you'd have to be very skinny. But I've got tons of vintage 1970s, early 80s Star Wars toys in my storage unit. When I get back from Chicago, those will be going up and getting ready for people who want to, people our age are going to go see the new set and then introduce their kids to them and then want to buy some vintage toys. So I was holding on to them for no reason other than I have too much stuff to list, but now I have a reason to list them. So if you got Star Wars crap, get it up now.
Here is a question that I'm sure has never been asked before live on YouTube. Has there ever been a Star Wars Tiki crossover?
Wow, that's a good question. Let me think about that because I don't think there is one.
There's Pixar Tiki. There's some Tiki crossover. But any Star Wars to Tiki, like a Darth Vader Tiki whole thing.
Gosh, I don't think somebody's gonna find something and go, "Duh, Jason, you suck." I don't think there is a Tiki Star Wars thing. I got nothing.
You know what that smells like? It smells like an opportunity.
You know, that would. I like your thinking, but boy, I think that would be a small, even though it'd probably be a decent sized number, but still a small group of people who are like, Star Wars, yay, Tiki, yay.
No, you need a Darth Vader Tiki like pole. What do they call? Is it called a pole or what?
Lightsaber?
No, like the big things that you carve with the chainsaws and stuff.
Oh, they're just called Tikis. I see what you're saying.
A Darth Vader Tiki, a big one.
And I know I'll probably take some heat from this, but I liked Return of the Jedi, and I liked the Ewoks. So there. I put it on Front Street. The Ewoks did not bother me. I thoroughly enjoyed, and I enjoy watching it every time it's on.
Star Wars trivia. How many times were they referred to as Ewoks in the movie?
Zero.
Zero.
Zero. There we go. See? We are Star Wars nerds.
Sure. I can read the internet.
My wife and I went and saw Kevin Smith, director of Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Clerks. He does a entertainment podcast called Hollywood Babylon with a guy named Ralph Garman. Ralph Garman's on the radio in L.A. He's also a part-time actor. He played the dad in Ted. So when Mark Wahlberg was a little kid, Ralph Garman is the dad. So they do this. It's kind of about entertainment and geek stuff. And they were talking about the 1976 King Kong movie. And I leaned over to my wife and I said, oh, by the way, fun little trivia, Rick Baker is in King Kong. Now, Rick Baker is the Mac Daddy of all Mac Daddies of makeup artists in Hollywood. And 2 seconds later, Ralph Garman goes, and little known fact, Rick Baker was in the King Kong outfit. I go, see, I'm the ultimate geek. I knew who was in Kong.
Well, dude, geek knowledge and pop culture knowledge, if you're selling online, whether it's Amazon or eBay, as silly as it might sound, you might take some heat from your friends for paying attention to sites like BuzzFeed and TMZ and stuff like that. You stay up on pop culture, you can spot trends before they happen, as they happen, and you can capitalize on them. You know what's coming out. And even if you don't like movies, you can pay attention to what movies are coming out so you can say, oh, I need to pay attention because they're re-releasing this movie and I've been finding these products at the thrift store. I need to pick those up because the demand is going to go up. Guys, think ahead. Treat this like a business. This isn't complicated stuff. This isn't like, oh, you're such a ninja. You're so smart for thinking that, Star Wars stuff's going to be popular when the new one. No, I'm not. That's just basic. That's the most basic thing that's going to happen. If you hadn't thought about it before, no problem. Now you've thought about it. You don't need to give Jason and I credit for it. You just need to go out and execute that idea now. So if you missed Star Wars this year, well, you haven't missed it yet. It's only October. But if you haven't been stocking up on Star Wars over the past 6 months to a year, be ready for the next one. There's going to be a Star Wars movie every year for the next 5
years. Yeah. They're already filming 8 right now, and I think they're about to start on the first standalones, too, because they're doing... So we're going to have a Star Wars movie every year forever now.
Oh, I'm sure.
So the Star Wars universe, and they're doing a standalone Han Solo and a standalone Boba Fett, so they're doing all these movies too, and then if one of those hits, I'm sure then they'll have sequels to that, Teenage Han Solo becomes a mad success, and they're going to have early 20s Han Solo and whatever. But like you were just saying, we had somebody, I think in the Thrifting Board, or maybe participating in the my other show, J&A, Thrifty Business with J&A, talking about they had vintage Ghostbusters sheets, and they hadn't got any action on them yet. And I said, be patient. The new movie's coming out. It's getting tons of buzz. A whole new look at it because it's an all-girl cast, but some of the original Ghostbusters are making cameos. So if they made a good movie, then that'll be the perfect time to have vintage Ghostbusters stuff hanging around because, again, people our age who are digging it their kids will go buy the new stuff, but you're like, oh man, I used to have those Ghostbuster sheets. Oh look, here they are. Let's buy them. It's kind of like me buying tiki mugs. I look at tiki mugs all night long because that's my thing. I'm looking for cool vintage ones I don't have. I'm looking for vintage ones that are mislabeled, mispriced. So it's kind of like my Star Wars. I look every night, and so other people will be doing the same thing for vintage Star Wars, vintage Ghostbusters, whatever is the next hot item. So keep that in mind.
It's easy to do, you guys. So they're saying that there are some Tiki Star Wars images on Pinterest. So you might be able to get some ideas there, and maybe even some ideas of stuff that you could make and sell, or
somebody just sent me a link, and I think I saw this the other day, but it didn't come in my size. It was a Chewbacca Hawaiian shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's at PacSun. There, I'll show you. At Star Wars. Let's see the close-up here. There we go. Yep, it's Chewbacca and Leia amongst a Hawaiian shirt. And sadly, they don't have big boy sizes because PacSun isn't geared towards me. There it is.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I mean, they don't even have double X, sons of bitches.
That's weak.
Yep, very weak. But I want to announce something since it came out a little early. Vicky Adamson just got an email from eBay upping the free listing for eBay stores. So yes, I actually have to put out a post after noon, which is close. We had 8 minutes. I got the info last night because I'm one of the eBay influencers that they have increased what eBay stores, people who have eBay stores get. So let me tell you real quick if I can find. There we go. So if you don't have a store, it's going to go back to 50 zero insertion fee listings for auction style or fixed price in almost all categories. So you need to double check. They had 50. They took it down to 20. I'm sure they got a lot of flack, so they put it back to 50. They will let you try an eBay Basic store for free for 1 month. So if you don't have a store and you're starting to get, 50 to 100 items, you should definitely try out a store. If you have a basic level store, it's going to go from 150 to 200 free insertion items. And then every other store, a couple months ago, we're given an additional 100 zero insertion auction style listings. Only in the collectibles category. They changed that now to collectibles and fashion. So all of us who sell clothing, you basically have 100 additional listings. They happen to be in the auction format. Just use them to your benefit. Yeah, you should not let those go unused. I use all 100 every month. I have been using them in collectibles. I will now use them in fashion. Just find items that you know will sell, because typically, a lot of fashion is not items that are going to be fought over with lots of bids. But find something and put it at the right price to sell, and so you just have a free listing, a free insertion listing. You should use them. You should use all your listings if you have a store. So I'll be making a post about that, but yes, you heard it here first. If you didn't see the email, you're getting some more additional ways to use your store, or not if you don't have a store. If you're fresh, starting out, you get 50 free listings again. Yay! Because I do have a secondary ID that doesn't have a store, and I was pissed. I was only getting 20. Now I'm back up to 50. So there we go. Scoop. We're getting news. We're getting fresh off the presses news on eBay versus Amazon.
I like it.
There you go. See.
Dude, I'm going down a rabbit trail on eBay. Underneath that Rebel Runner, it says, "You have one to sell? Sell it now." I'm like, sure. Let's see what happens if I say.
So somebody said, I've been struggling to use the collectibles auctions. Look, I'm not telling anybody to lie, but the breadth of what could be a collectibles. So, like, I'm doing a bunch of Halloween stuff because there is a holiday category that goes into Halloween. So I'm kind of on the edge. I'm walking the line. Is that really collectible? But it's not anything that somebody's going to be like, hey, that's not collectible. But, don't just throw up a book you bought 2 days ago, fresh retail as a collectible, because it isn't. But, there are a lot of collectible categories. There's very few items I want to throw into collectibles that I couldn't find a path. So, as long as you find a path, I mean, to throw up a 3 pair of white tube socks new in package is collectible, no, that's silly. Don't do that. But, you know, I got a cool Halloween T-shirt from, like, you know, eight Halloweens ago. I consider that collectible. Can't get it anymore, so I just use that. So, you know, there are ways. You just got to study the different categories of collectibles, and there are lots of paths to use. So it's pretty easy to use those. But now that they offer us fashions starting in October, and if you do clothing, then it should be super duper easy for you. Belly button lint is collectible. Only if you have the largest collection of belly button lint, that would be very collectible. Or maybe the smelliest.
There's money and everything.
All right, well, hey, we're almost at the top of the hour here, buddy.
That's the fastest hour in econ, man.
All right, so next week we will be together in Chicago, both partying and speaking and teaching and networking. And the event's sold out, so there are no more tickets. But like we've always said, if an event comes near you, drive to it. It doesn't have to be in your town. Get to it. It will be another amazing event. I have a good speech worked out. I have the best title of any speech you'll hear all year. And you will see that. I will share that with you once I've actually given the speech. But get to an event. The networking is what makes any event. You make new friends, you make new business colleagues, you make deals. No matter what it is, you walk away with knowledge from the event and then new people in your sphere of life that could help you get to the next level, no matter what it is.
They won't even let you type space.space.com in the chat room. Like, what is it? I'm trying to actually answer a question. Someone's looking for a paid plugin for online arbitrage, and I was going to put pricezombie.com. So sorry, you actually have to listen to me say it. Pricezombie.com is working on one. I don't know if they are still in beta or what, but I know they're looking at getting one.
We got one more question I want to answer. This is Jason, Mr. Sadie123. Jason, do you see advantage in paying the 20 cents for extra category? Nope. I don't, because categories are searchable and people still do look at things specific to categories, but for the most part, your item is being searched by what it is, and I find that those fees are just a waste of time. Same with subtitles. I mean, you might be able to show me a reason for both those things, but for the most part, they're just a waste. And if you don't know, subtitles are not searchable. So to pay for a subtitle, you know, you get 80 characters. Figure out the best title, and if you need to put anything else, put it in your description. But yeah, I don't ever see a use for the second category. Just a waste of money. But if you can prove me wrong, I'm all ears. I am all ears. I said something wrong the other day in my group. I got the official answer, and I went back to my group and went, whoops, my bad. Here's the actual, yes, I was wrong. But yeah, so if you can prove me wrong, I'm all for it. Like, let's throw it down. Show me I'm wrong. Let's do it.
Dude, I love being wrong. I love being pointed out that I'm wrong. It helps people get better to be like, oh, you're right. I didn't have the best answer there. Now I'm going to keep my answer, better, more to the point, more right, whatever you want to call it. You guys got to put yourself out there. Be okay being wrong, and you're going to find that you're going to get smarter. It's just the way it works. But yeah, I know a lot of people they don't put themselves out there. They don't network. They don't talk, and they're still basically selling books, merchant fulfilled on Amazon, and they haven't upgraded FBA, they haven't upgraded to real arbitrage, and because they don't want to change, right? But I mean, change is good, guys. Change brings opportunities, like a big dog. Man, I haven't said like a big dog in a long time.
All right, top of the hour, so I'm going to flip it on you and say thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't forget, next week we will not be here, but the week after we will be opening each other's plates. So tune in 2 weeks from today. Let's see how plates do going across the country. And I'll give you the last word this week, Chris.
All right, thanks so much. Jason T. on the West Coast. Everybody listening live, thanks so much for joining us. Everybody listening on replay, thanks so much for listening to our show. We appreciate each and every listener. Please subscribe, like, and comment below. And you guys know we're big on Facebook. We're kind of Facebook guys. That's where we spend most of our time engaging with people. So join our groups. Find us on Facebook. We are easy easy to find. So if you have other questions that are not getting answered on the show, please stop by, and if we can't answer them, someone from our helpful groups will be able to step in and answer your questions for you. Tune in, not next Monday, but the Monday after. We'll do the new open and reveal to see if our products survive the shipping. And if you guys have ideas what we could ship next, please let us know, and we'll try to keep this going as long as Stacy and Jen don't mind us spending like $8 every week for you guys. So thanks for the mug, Jay. I appreciate it. I will use it.
Thanks for Toy Story.
All right, see you guys.
Peace.